Yeah, it's funny. One of the reasons I love your, brain body kind of metaphor is I have this joke that we achieved artificial general intelligence when they started hallucinating and making mistakes, because that's exactly what we do all the time. Um, and
Yes.
but so it's very interesting though, this idea of taking something that's non-deterministic, very powerful, and then building a system around it so it can be used in various ways, but very crucially reliably. And you use that word reliable in the and reliability in the description of your book that I gave earlier. And so I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what you mean when you talk in the book about reliability. What does that really mean when you're building building a system?
As you mentioned, the LLM can answer us with wrong information. That will lead us to wrong results. And it is not matter when you ask the LLM to generate a paragraph or to edit an article. But it is very important when you ask LLM to make payment
Yeah.
or accept payment or maybe control the bank account.
Hmm.
Yes, uh, for that, if you say uh, don't accept the payment over $1,000, this is only the instruction, but you will not enforce LLM to apply this rule. For that, we need the reliable component to validate the input and the output, and we need the pipeline to record every step that will let us trace the system and observe the system. For that, reliability is very important. We are not working here in a deterministic system. Deterministic system mean 1 plus 1 equals 2. If else,
Yeah.
but now we are working with a human, let me say, or I'm used to say that LLM is like a child.
Hmm.
We need to speak with him phrase by phrase, step by step, and the prompts must be clear. When you ask, I'm father for two sons,
Oh.
Alp and Amin, and one daughter, Alina.
Oh.
For that, I know very well when I'm speaking with my children, I try to give them the instructions one by one. This what we must do with LLM. Otherwise, yes, we will get an unreliable system and we will live with many troubles.
Yeah, I
Yes.
really love that idea. I mean, particularly, comparing it to children, but not comparing it, like saying it is actually like that. And particularly, setting things out step by step is really important. And I think something that I will, say I'm guilty of not doing myself when I work with, Claude or something like that. And as soon as you run into trouble, you realize you have no idea what's going on between the input and the output unless you then like have some concept of the steps that are being carried out in between. And so you kind of can't, it's basically just kind of guessing and hoping until you actually have worked out a system step by step and understand how what's happening at each stage along the way. Um, so uh let's say you've built a system around an agentic AI system around an LLM. How do you evaluate whether it's working well?
Yes, this is one of the biggest problems that we must solve it in agentic AI world. I explained this in my book, and I showed how important the evaluation here in agentic AI, because we have component non-deterministic. This non-deterministic component can generate anything. Maybe you will say hello and say you can drink coffee. what is the relation between hello and you can't drink coffee? You must evaluate the results, you evaluate the inputs too. Evaluation is very important, as I mentioned, and we don't need another framework or another tools to make this evaluation. All we need is that we must know the input. We must validate the input according to some rules, and we must know what is the evidence that can
Right.
get us say the result is okay or not.
Right. So
All
you
we
have to
need.
set out the evidence for the evaluation and think about that. It's very interesting. One thing you reminded me of was, I think, an author I was doing a launch video with recently, who was kind of saying, like, look, when it comes to evaluation, in the old way of doing things, when it was deterministic for 80 years of computing, you built a system, you evaluated it by running it, and then you walked away. You're like, it works. But that's not how evaluation works with agentic AI.
Yes, yes, it is different. When we come to the evaluation is different in agentic AI because, as I told you, 1 + 1 is equal 2. It is the rule. We can make unit tests for testing the system, and everything will be okay. But now we have a component that produce anything, maybe good, maybe bad, maybe related, maybe um, unrelated.